I hate you so much. You son of a bitch. You fucking just give me some goddamn leeway, you bastard. Jesus Christ, I don't ask for much. I just want to be professional.
Yeah. I was gonna announce it, but I'm like, no, I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go.
God.
He's explaining something. I don't know. I'm kind of tuning him out.
Oh my god. I'm just gonna go play Uncharted. Fuck you.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Happily. Welcome to another week. Utterly Geek. I'm Darren Bell, and then we got two chuckle fucks. We got Sim Patrell and Chris Walzik. Another week of shit going on, and some weird shit went down this last week.
I have no idea about any of it because I wasn't following it at all until today.
I'm real happy that you have no idea about it because we got some weird shit going down.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I know is that the Doom single player is awesome, apparently, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, but that's not really news.
Right. Well,
It's just
hey,
a thing.
it was new to me, so
Whatever.
it was something that I was interested in and waited, which I didn't really have access to my computer anyway, so I pretty much had to wait.
Yeah, no, I'm holding off on that and any real new purchases with actual cash for a while now.
Right.
But you know, that the Doom release and seeing all the positivity around that, man, that makes me so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really reminds me of when Wolfenstein came out.
Right.
And all the positivity that got for, hey, look, guys, this is like a classic FPS. If you like those old ones, and it makes me really kind of wish Doom didn't do any multiplayer.
Yeah.
But, you know, sure, whatever.
In this day and age, I think you have to.
Right.
Well, Wolfenstein didn't, and they proved that you didn't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the thing is about Wolfenstein is that the story just was surprisingly really good. I mean, it was the gameplay was great. I mean, it was solid and very awesome. But I think the shocking thing about it was the story.
Well, the original Wolfenstein 3D, did that have multiplayer?
Oh, did it? I don't think it did.
I'm not sure.
I don't think they started doing multiplayer in ID games until Doom.
Yeah, and that's why I think Doom was like, yeah, we have to have multiplayer because of the whole history of Doom and what it was and what it heralded in. I'm curious to see if a few months from now they're going to just introduce like Doom Classic multiplayer. If they'll put in a mode where it is, here's your arena, there's guns on the map, go find your guns and just slaughter.
I don't see why it wouldn't eventually be like a patch where it's just like a mode of that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm hoping they kind of do, but
cuz that's what they kind of did with Halo 5. I feel like they did at least I'm trying to think what kind of certain modes, especially I think like Infection for sure. Like they brought that shit back, which I know is like
they're never going to
entirely.
bring back like the classic Halo 2, Halo 1 Slayer.
Right.
You're still going to have your
those will
silly
stay
fucking loadout.
right. Because that's just because that will just stay in the Master Chief Collection. There's really no reason to import it into Halo 5, unless you mean like. Well, no, because they have. They
don't have classic Slayer. Do they?
I think they do. You just have to specifically look for it. You can specifically look for what exact Halo game you
Slayer
want.
Classic spawned me with 2 grenades and an SMG. That's all I want.
Okay.
That was classic Halo multiplayer. And then everyone rushes toward the sword. One person gets it and just slaughters everyone else.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then you go, well, shit, now I'm going to go for the shotgun. And by that time, the guy with the sword is camping the shotgun.
I think it might be there, but I don't know. It's been a long while since I've played Master Chief Collection, but I do know that if you scroll down far enough, that you can select individual Halos and their multiplayer, and it does throw you into that mode.
Interesting.
With the set of maps and the set of rules or whatever.
Yeah. You know, I miss the days of getting 8 people together, one room, networking a couple Xboxes.
Oh, yeah.
being like, "Stop looking over your shoulder. Stop looking behind the couch."
Yeah.
Oh God, games don't do that enough. Okay, so yeah, so I have been playing Wolfenstein again because I realized I hadn't finished it.
Uh-huh.
So, in my whole reformatting of my machine, my save file did not come over.
Oh.
But I didn't make it that far anyway.
Okay.
I just got to the point in the story where he just woke up in the asylum and I'm trying to shoot my way out of it.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's pretty early.
I'm on the Hurt Me Plenty.
Okay.
I think the one just under Nightmare.
Okay.
No, under I Am Death Incarnate.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, give me a little bit of challenge, and I forgot how fucking great the stealth is in that game.
Yeah.
I tried playing it with a controller. No, don't do that. That's
surprised you tried to play a first-person shooter with a controller.
Well, it's because I have it on my TV, and I didn't want to have my wireless keyboard on my lap because sometimes that thing kicks out.
Okay.
And just stops accepting input, which is not good for a Twitch shooter like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I still want to play it on my TV, but I don't want to use the keyboard. So I'll try. No, don't play that game with a controller. Like you hold down the left bumper and move the right stick to lean.
Uh-huh.
And so it's just so weird because you're leaning real smoothly, like with a stick. And it just looks real weird. Looks like you're bobbing around like a fucking owl. It's not right.
Yeah.
Like I go to hit a button just to do like the knife stab, and I end up fucking throwing all my throwing knives and losing them and shit. It's keyboard's the way to play that game.
Yeah.
And yeah. But that game's so good. So good. Other than that, I got back into Civ too, Civ 5.
Oh, because of the recent announcement?
Because Civ 6 is coming. I was like, man, I haven't played enough of that game.
Yeah.
You know what we should play sometime in stream is us playing Civ.
Yeah, we could once we're done with Destiny. We still got to finish Destiny, unless you guys just want to call it. Like I said, the main story's over. It's totally up to you guys if you want to keep.
I'd say we got like one more session of Destiny.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I will have had my fill.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really it. I've been flashing back to all those games. Like, man, that new one's coming out, or that new one just came out. I should really put more time into the other one.
Yeah.
Like Civ 5, I looked at it. I think I put like 10 hours into it, and that's only like the one game that we played.
Oh yeah, I think actually. Well, no, I think I played some of that, and then maybe a little bit on my own time. Let me take a look here.
Yeah, I think I did a single player, but the Great City of Traffic Jam definitely went to the lead. As soon as I found out I could
by Miko. Sorry.
As soon as I found out I could rename cities, that made that game so much infinitely better.
Yeah. Oh, 35 hours is what I've got logged into it.
Yeah. So correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Abraham Lincoln a leader? Couldn't you pick Lincoln?
Yes.
All I found was Washington.
Oh, oh God. Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember. Whatever. But that's about it. It's Wolfenstein and Civilization.
Yeah. Nice.
Hooray.
Cool.
Steve, you've been making out with Nathan Drake, I hear.
Yes. I beat it. I fucking beat it.
Ah, you bastard! Oh my God. I mean, it doesn't surprise me because, I mean, you had a whole week. Meanwhile, I was away, so...
I had the whole week, and then my schedule got fucked up at work, so I ended up not working on Friday and having to work on Saturday. So all Friday, I just fucking...
Nice. Tanked through it. Yeah.
I just tanked through it, and then I finished up the rest on Sunday. But,
Nice.
Yeah. I don't really want to talk about it too much because
I'm in the middle of playing it. Yeah.
Okay, I'll talk about like the technical aspects.
Compare it to.
Okay. I did play like a half an hour, 45 minutes before we started playing the podcast. I'm on like chapter 3.
Playing the podcast. This is a game now. Is this a fucking game to you?
It is a game.
Is this a fucking game to you?
I think this is a motherfucking game.
Okay, fair enough. I just want to know where we stand.
Yes, sorry. I meant to say I played a little bit before the podcast, and I got to chapter 3. So,
yeah, I fucking loved it, and I think it's probably the best one. Like as far as story goes, and
even better than 2.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think so. I think so because, like, I mean, maybe not like straight story wise.
Okay.
But all the like dialogue and stuff like that goes with it.
Okay.
And character development is the best they've ever done. Like, it's just so fucking good that, like, Naughty Dog's writers are on point right now. Like,
yeah.
Whoever they got writing this shit, whoever they have writing the dialogue and doing that, it's like it's so awesome. And the most like the best moments are where like Drake is like just kind of revealing who he is more and more, and it's just like, God, this fucking character is so well done, and freaking Nolan North is like great cast for it, and the addition of Troy Baker is fucking awesome. He's so good. Like the back and forth between him and like Nolan North and Troy Baker is so fucking good.
So wait, is Ashley Birch in there anywhere as well? Because if you had those 3, you'd have 90%.
Yeah,
of all voice actors.
I don't think she is. I'm pretty sure she's not, but I'm not 100% positive. But yeah,
Quick
the fucking
search.
I do. I had a couple issues with it, which I've had with all the Uncharted games, which is the gunfights. I just don't really like. They're all right,
okay,
but not like a huge. I've never been a huge fan of the gunfights in those games. Like, I think they're just kind of like, they're fun, but then they get tedious and just like, oh my god, okay, now it's just becoming this cycle of like, okay, I do this, and now, oh, I can see the fight coming.
Yeah,
and it's just,
chest high walls.
It's coming, and I don't really care about it because I'm more into the story, and it just kind of throws you out of the story, I think, like, right, as you're playing it. But they do, like, the cinematic quality of the game.
Oh my god,
fucking.
Oh my god, I know. Yeah, with
now that they add that photo mode, oh my god, that photo mode is so like, you can make gorgeous photos with that. It's so fucking cool.
Wallpapers, I'm sure.
Yeah, tons of good wallpapers and stuff. Like, I fucked around with it a lot, and I was like, I loved it, and I'm gonna go back and do that even more. But yeah, I really liked it. Like, there are issues, but they're very minor, because it's mostly a game that you just play for the story. You're not playing it for this, like, for it to have this amazing gameplay and all this, which it has great gameplay.
Yeah, right. I mean, you think back to 2, and what are the moments that you remember? You remember the train.
Yeah.
You remember the tanks rolling into the town.
Right. Yep.
And then, like, minor conversations. And even then, a lot of those like the fucking tanks in the town was so aggravating.
Oh, yeah.
To play through. I mean, it's visually amazing.
Yeah.
And that's what I would expect out of an Uncharted 4.
I
still have to play 3.
Yeah. There are moments that when you're playing, you're just like, this is so fucking good. Like, he's like,
not where I thought he was going with that.
I just like put down the controller after I was done with the spot, and I'm just like emotionally drained. I'm fucking. This game is so good. Like, there was like 3 or 4 points where that happened to me. Like, holy shit, man! What the fuck? Okay, and then you get so into the characters too that you're just like, you like, I just had to keep going, and I've never. It's been a while since I put myself into a game like that and just fucking binged it and just.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, it's not a very long game. I don't know. I don't know how long it took me. It probably. Because I think you can, like, speed run it in like 5 hours.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's like I've heard people are speed running it. Well, they I think that's an achievement, is like a 5-hour speed run. But
a Thieves Run.
I think it took me like the Thieves Run. I think it took me like 12 hours maybe.
Yeah,
just like look,
that's
because I looked around for treasures and shit like that. You know,
right.
and,
That's pretty much what I read. That was the average runtime for a lot of people.
yeah. So it's a great game. I did also beat Grim Dawn too.
Nice.
Well, I mean, I finished
The main story.
the main story. Like I did it because I got Uncharted on Tuesday.
Right.
I pre-ordered it and it came in the mail and I was like, okay, I better beat Grim Dawn tonight. So I just beat it.
And now we can stop hearing about Grim Dawn.
Now we won't be hearing about Grim Dawn for a while unless I go back to it. Which there are a couple things I want to do, which were cool that they leave you with, and I want to cap my level out because I think it caps at 50, so I want to get there. But
80-20 that we do hear about Grim Dawn in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
80% chance we are not done with Grim Dawn. Well, you are not done with Grim Dawn. I'm telling you are going to.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to it. I don't know like when I'm gonna go back to it because there's a couple other games here that I have that I want to play. So, but that game's really good, Uncharted and Grim Dawn.
Nice.
And so. I will go back to Uncharted. I am going to go back to that, so I'll be talking about that again, and especially since I need to talk to Wally about it and spoil it for Darren this week.
Are you gonna be playing the multiplayer at all?
I'm gonna try it. I've watched some videos on it, and I'm not really like sold by it. It kind of looks wonky to me, but it looks like it might have its merit and fun for a little bit. But I don't really like PlayStation multiplayer anyways because it runs like after you play PC multiplayer, it runs kind of shit. Like you can tell, like going back and forth, you can tell the difference.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, it's funny because I actually, when Uncharted 2 came out, I played a little bit of the multiplayer then, and it was actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
Not enough to the point where I was like, I kept wanting to come back, but it was like, oh, okay, this is enjoyable for what it is, even for a third person cover shooter. Like it was still kind of interesting.
Plus, you can play as Sully.
Yes.
Like just play as Sully. A whole fucking squad of Sullys. It's terrifying.
I did watch a couple videos. It looks fun, but it just looks like they didn't do that. It doesn't look like they did a really good job distinguishing like teams. So it's like just these, because they're just people, so they're just people running around. There's not like colors to really distinguish, like, oh shit. But I mean, you can obviously, your teammates, you can see the name above them, but the people who aren't on your team, you don't see a name. So I guess you distinguish that way, but it's still like,
it takes
not
a second.
Definitive. Yeah, like it takes a second to click in, like, oh shit, there's a Drake on my team and there's a Drake on their team. Like, what do I do? You know, like,
that's no good.
Yeah, so I guess they're having that issue, but it looks fun. You know, it kind of reminds me of it's a lot like I think it's a lot like Last of Us multiplayer.
Except didn't the Last of Us multiplayer have crafting built into it?
Yeah, there was
an
actually,
element.
I didn't really dive into that. I played it a little bit. I didn't get into it.
Well, that's the thing with Naughty Dog games. Their multiplayer it's neat. It's a neat little diversion, but it's nothing that'll really.
You can tell they're not really like focusing on that. They don't really care too much about it. It's like almost like, I guess we gotta give it to them.
It's like the animated short at the beginning of a Pixar movie. It's entertaining. It's good, but that's not why you bought the ticket.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I would say that it started around Uncharted 2 because I think that was around that weird time where a lot of game companies really felt like multiplayer needed to be in everything.
Yeah.
And then because Uncharted 1 had none whatsoever. It was just a single player. That was it. That's all you played. As soon as you're done, boom, you're done in the game. That's it. And I think what it was is just they just wanted to have people play more of their game. And
keep playing.
To keep playing it.
Attach rate.
Yeah, and like I said, it was just around when Uncharted 2 came out was a time where a lot of companies just wanted to shoehorn in multiplayer on fucking every single game that was being released.
BioShock 2.
BioShock fucking 2.
Yeah.
That multiplayer was actually pretty fun. I had a lot of fun with it.
It was fun.
Once I got connected to the same 12 people for 2 hours because no one else is playing it.
Yeah, and I think even when you showed me it there, and when you showed me the multiplayer for it, that's when it was starting to die off. But it was like even while I was watching it and watching you play it, I thought, oh, this is kind of awesome for what it is. But yeah, I don't see a lot of people being like, oh man, BioShock 2 multiplayer, let's get on that, let's fucking play it. Like, who the hell says that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So I guess what I've been doing, I mean, I've been traveling, but I've been playing and reading, as a matter of fact, which I actually kind of wanted to talk about. I've been playing on my 3DS, more Smash, more Phoenix Wright. I actually finished the 3rd case, now on to the 4th case.
Those are actually on sale right now, by the way.
Ooh, people should pick them up.
You can get the trilogy for $18, and you can get Dual Destinies for $20.
Totally worth it. Totally worth it.
Just so you are aware.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've been playing that. I've been doing the second game. So I've been playing that, at least on my 3DS. I tried to pick up Pokemon, but it was one of those things where it's like Skyrim or Fallout, where you just don't play it for a while and then you go, what the fuck was I doing? Where am I?
Well, usually in Pokemon, all you got to do is talk to your friends. You've got to have a friend somewhere, and you just talk to them and be like, hey, and they'll be like, oh yeah, see you on this route.
Oh, okay.
And then you just keep going until you find someone to fight.
Yeah, because right now I'm in a cave and I'm just like, I don't know. I went like in one direction for like a while, and then I just kept getting in random battles. I was like, okay, this seems like a dead end kind of. Let me turn around. And I turned around and started hitting the other direction, and then it just, I don't know where the fuck it went to, so I'm just like lost as shit right now.
Check your map.
Yeah.
Which Pokemon are you playing? X and Y?
Yeah, I'm playing X.
Not Ruby and Sapphire? Okay.
No. Yeah, so I'm lost as fuck right now in that game. But
welcome to Pokemon.
Yeah, especially for not playing it for like 4 months or whatever.
Well, even when you are playing it, you get fucking lost. So
yeah, right.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. So played that, and then I started reading, which I'm already about a third way through. Was Ready Player One.
Good book.
Nice.
Yeah. That is like the nerdiest fiction I've ever read that references so many other nerdy things in reference to like the world that's built and everything, and references to like all kinds of nerd culture.
Hey, guess what? It never ends.
Oh god. Oh, I know. I've already gotten to the point where Walt has reached
Wade?
No, he's reached the Temple of Tower, or the Dungeon of Tower.
His name is Wade.
Wade? Oh, Wade, that's right.
Wade Watts.
I know it became with a W. God damn it. Thank you.
You can't read, can you?
No, I can't. No. No, but really, and what was it? Is it the Dungeon of Terror? Is it? That's what it was called, wasn't it? That he goes into?
No, I don't remember.
It was something of Terra.
It's a D&D campaign.
Yeah. So he's just reached it, and he's about to enter it, and that's where I left off. But yeah, it's kind of funny reading just the commentary on the video game industry, because it almost feels like that's starting to go where it's going right now.
The Tomb of Horrors.
The Tomb of Horrors, that's right. Okay. But it's funny because they've already mentioned about the archaic VR headsets and things like that, and I'm like, oh god, I feel like this is where it's going. It's gonna start with VR, with the Vive and everything, and then soon we'll have fucking retina scanning lenses. But yeah, and it's kind of interesting thinking in the back of my mind, because I know that a movie adaptation is already in the works for it, and I'm thinking, how the hell are they gonna do some of like the user interface shit unless they do it similar to Scott Pilgrim, where it kind of like pops up, or it might be there for a second, or might hover in place and it'll be in front of them or something. I have no fucking clue, but
holy shit. Okay, so I'm sorry to interrupt you, but the IMDb for this has listed Simon Pegg cast as Ogden Morrow.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ty Sheridan is going to be Wade. I don't know. He was in Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
Okay.
Olivia Cook is Artemis.
Okay.
Sure. But Simon fucking Pegg, yeah.
Yeah. And that's how I knew I heard about the movie, was because Simon Pegg was signed up for it. I didn't know his relevance to the story or the character he was playing as, but yeah.
Have you met Ogden Morrow yet? You must have.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be reading more of that, and it's pretty good so far.
Good book. You can safely ignore Armada Zero or whatever his second book was. It's not that great.
That's a shame.
First was real good.
Yeah.
If you're into that stuff, I know a lot of people have pushed back against it because they're like, yeah, he seems to lean a bit too hard into it.
Okay. Define too hard into it, like
too hard into the, hey, look, I'm just pulling out nerdy references for the sake of showing you how nerdy I am.
Oh.
Like, hey, Lady Hawk. Like, yeah, sure.
I mean, to me, I just took it as for what it was, because I'm just like, it's just a really fucking nerdy world.
Yeah, if you just roll with it, it's pretty great.
Yeah. But yeah, totally enjoying it. I think there was a couple moments where I was kind of like, all right, this is kind of a little weird, and I think it was mostly just Wade's whole rant about how he summarizes life. Like, that shit went on for like 2 pages, and I was like, okay, I get your fucking point. You see that life is miserable in some way or some shit, and I'm just like, I got it. Sure. Like,
the audiobook is so good because it's help me out here, Steve. Tabletop. Fuck. Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
Oh, okay.
Reads it?
Yeah.
Will Wheaton reads it.
Okay.
And there are times where they reference Wesley Crusher and Will Wheaton himself, and he's reading it, and it's pretty great.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good book.
Yeah.
It's entertaining.
So that's what I've been up to. And started the first 45 minutes of Uncharted 4, and I fucking love the lighting and facial expressions so far.
Yeah.
The goddamn lighting effects are really, 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 really fucking good.
Yeah.
Right. Nice. We're ready for news.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Let us do the news.
Let us do the news. Hey, Hideo Kojima had a little interview. And people were in the interview was with Gamatsu. Famitsu, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Had an interview with Hideo Kojima, and they're talking about his new logo, so on and so forth. But more importantly, they ask him about the new game. Okay. He says, it's an amazing game. We're thinking about everything all at once, including the plot, characters, and game systems. Mm. Since certain parts are fairly new, we cannot help but experiment. While not to say that it's open world, users who enjoy today's AAA games, and he references The Division and Uncharted, will be able to easily enjoy it. When it's announced, you might think, that's not that outstanding, but you'll understand when you see it and you play it. The genre is action.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's being fucking Kojima.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a thing, and it's weird, and it's new, and it's different, and it's action.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Kojima. Instead of being straightforward, you fuck. But we still love you anyway because you beat around the goddamn bush so much sometimes.
E3 is under a month away, I'd like to point out. So we'll definitely see more of that.
Mm.
Have you been watching any of the stuff on his YouTube channel?
No, I'm subscribed, but I haven't watched any of it.
It's been real weird. Very little of it has been about video games at all. It's like, hey, here's a movie director I like. Let's talk about stuff. I'm Hideo Kojima. Here's weird shit.
I think it's just more of like people who just want to get to know Hideo Kojima more. It's like his own blog in a sense, but just way more interviews and production value.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I love it. just listen. If I had unlimited funds, I would just pay Kojima to make things. Just make you're weird. Do your weird.
Yeah,
I like it.
Right.
Okay, let's see here. BioWare has released an update about Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yes.
There's a lot of different bullet points, but it's all just your average advertising crap. More freedom, new unturned worlds, blah, 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 the next great Mass Effect experience. The important part of this is that they say now Mass Effect Andromeda will now ship early 2017. And they've confirmed, quote, "We can't wait to show you how far we're all going to go. We'll see you at the EA Play Conference on June 12th with an update." So EA will definitely be trotting out Mass Effect in front of everyone this year at their not E3 event. Which is good to hear that we will have that 2017.
So here's my problem with the fact that it's just them making announcements about it, and that's it. But there's still no footage, no gameplay, no...
Wait for next month at E3.
I know.
That's when they're going to show it. There's been some leaked stuff out there.
Right. And
jetpacks.
Yeah, and that's just the thing, though, that it's still like, don't worry, guys, we're still working on it. Don't worry, we're working on it, guys. Like, that's all I'm getting out of a lot of the recent announcements from them.
Well, yeah, that's all they really want to tell right now. I mean, it's all a part of the whole marketing plan.
Yeah.
Because worst case scenario, they get out there and they tell everything. They pull a Molyneux.
Right.
You don't want them out there showing everything and trumpeting up, "Oh, this is going to be amazing. You're going to be able to actually learn and play with this small child that you'll have imprisoned in your basement. His name is Milo." You don't want that.
Right. Well, I think it's just more of just something. I don't know.
And we'll have that something in under a month. Right now, we're kind of in that weird spot where companies are announcing things that are kind of big, but they don't want to take stage presence at E3 because they have prioritized other things.
Right.
So we are seeing a number of game announcements and different things coming out, but it's not stuff that would really blow away an E3 crowd. Stuff like Civilization 6 getting announced and having Sean Bean do the voiceover for that. That was a damn
blow
good...
away a fucking audience.
Yeah.
With Sean Bean.
Yeah, but if Sean Bean walked out and then was decapitated...
Yeah. That would blow the audience right the fuck
out. Oh my god.
I would be like, wow, this took a total change of pace.
Like, oh shit, Sean Bean actually died in real life. Holy
George R. Martin decapitated.
He'll be fine. He'll come back. He'll come back next season.
They'll resurrect him like
actual Valerian steel.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a White Walker all along.
Yep.
In sad news, Disney has closed Disney Interactive. Yep. They have ceased Disney Infinity, and they are no longer a games publisher.
Yep. Yeah.
So, I know that they published Split Second, which was a fucking awesome racing game.
And I never even fucking knew it was Disney until, like, I actually bought the goddamn game.
It's like, oh yeah, that Disney logo pops up. It's like, wait, whoa.
Yeah.
So what happened? Who developed that? Who gets the rights to that? Like, Disney Infinity had the possibility in all the Toys of the Life games of being the most kick-ass. It certainly did. And it seems like they got so many different game companies to come in and make the other smaller parts of that.
Right.
That I think that's where all the funding went. And at that point, everyone had already doubled that. Well, no, they were the second one in the race because it started with Skylanders.
Yep. Then Disney wanted to pick up.
Then it was Disney for 3 years running.
Right.
And then it was Lego. And somewhere between there, Nintendo started releasing Amiibos, which don't have specific software tied to them, so I don't know if they really count.
Yeah.
but amiibos are making them at bank, so they're not going to stop. I mean,
from what I remember reading about it, when I saw that piece of news, was that there was one of the commenters. He said that he was buying them for his kids. He was buying the Disney Infinity 1 and 2. He bought versions 1 and 2, and he bought like a number of the goddamn characters. And it really just, even when Infinity 3 came out, it was just, he basically just thought like, I can't afford this anymore because I've already invested so much money between Infinity 1 and Infinity 2 and all the characters, and I basically have to start all over again for Infinity 3. He just didn't feel like there was a need for it.
Right.
And the fact that like none of the other characters were able to, I guess in a sense, carry over into the newer Infinity versions.
Yeah. I mean,
it's kind of like they just, it seems like a really weird thing that they did.
They could carry over. Like that was the whole thing. You could use the 1.0 version figures with Disney 3.0, but only the 3.0 figures are the ones that had the special abilities that you need that season. You could still play with the other ones, but they wouldn't really progress you.
Lame.
Which is, yeah, totally lame and stupid.
Very lame.
They got greedy, is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Is that they tried to have their cake and eat it too.
Disney greedy? No.
Oh,
no, stop it. They
Never heard of that before.
No.
And
Disney fault? No.
Oh God, don't even get me started.
Fuckers.
We're unlocking it for the first time ever. Yeah, okay.
So
Beauty and the Beast in HD.
Since then, apparently some plans were leaked regarding the future plans for Disney Infinity, which include plans for Rogue One stuff. And Disney Infinity 4.0 is supposedly supposed to have a story mode, which would have intertwined adventures of characters in the series between Star Wars, Marvel, and Disney, like all of them.
Oh.
You'd have a full story between all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they had all these grandiose plans. It just seems, man. So apparently 4.0 was supposed to include Cars 3, Star Wars Episode 8, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, Coco, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and Thor Ragnarok.
Womp womp.
Man.
Womp womp.
This is a quote from an anonymous individual working on the project. The argument we kept getting from fans was, "We want to play as Elsa running through Tatooine."
Nice.
Why?
Yes.
Because why the hell not? Because you can.
Yeah, and I feel like on the one hand they didn't lean hard enough into doing that weird shit, and then on the other hand they didn't. They segmented it too much.
Yeah. Yep.
But it comes down to exactly what that producer was saying, is that it's too fucking expensive for families to do that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stupid.
Mm-hmm.
In other news, the 2DS will get a price cut. It will now be $80 to own a Nintendo 2DS.
Cool.
So that's neat if you don't have a 3DS and you don't mind losing 3D.
So basically, if you want to play Phoenix Wright without 3D, it's only $95. $98.
Yeah, come this Friday, May 20th.
There you go.
The 2DS will drop in price again, which
you
is
go.
cool. Battlefield 1 is going to be a digital-only PC release in America, in North America.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, sweet, cool.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, it sucks.
PC game.
It sucks for people who like. Sorry to keep interrupting, but
Jerk.
It's just you've done too many playtimes. Fuck you. It's just it's more of it sucks for people who don't have internet connection, but then it's kind of like, why the fuck are you playing a Battlefield game? Because that's usually the multiplayer is usually the highlight of the game.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah, the only PC game that I've wanted to buy physically recently was Witcher 3, and I did.
Hmm.
So, yeah, if they're not offering anything neat like a soundtrack sampler and stickers, then
Stickers.
Battlefield stickers, guys.
Yes.
Hey.
World War One stickers.
yeah, it's just a sticker trench foot.
Yeah.
Fucking tear gas.
Mustard gas.
Mustard gas, sorry, yes.
It's a scratch and sniff mustard gas sticker. Fucking day one purchase.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Holy shit, that'd be awesome.
But yeah, there's really very little reason for a physical release anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Visceral's Star Wars game from the creative director of Uncharted 1 through 3 is now been confirmed for a 2018 release.
You mean Dead Space 1, 2, 3?
No.
You said
The
Uncharted.
creative director of Uncharted is now working at Visceral.
Ah, okay.
Yes. So, but that's still a couple years out.
Yeah,
They're targeting a couple years out, so
right.
we probably won't see anything at E3 for that one.
Interesting.
So everyone's favorite, hey, surprise, Conker is back, but no, he's not game called Project Spark has been killed.
Yep. Not surprised at all.
Soft killed it because no one was fucking using it. Man.
It was dead from the announcement video. Right out of the gate.
It had a really good idea behind it. It's ending.
It was shoehorning Conquerin. I think it was shoehorning Conquerin was
That was a last ditch effort, I think, to get people to use it.
right.
That fucking backfired.
Yeah.
Because go fuck yourself.
Mm-mm.
Man, that sucks. It sucks because I kind of wanted. I guess I could still hop in and play around with it.
Right.
Burying our. Oh, it's not even for sale, so I can't even hop into it. Oh, well.
Dead.
Yep.
Dead.
Unless you already own it, and then you can use it until August.
Hmm.
Man, that sucks. Let's see. System Shock Remastered is going to have a Kickstarter starting June 29th. I've never played the original System Shock.
Neither have I.
Nor System Shock 2, although I own System Shock 2 from GOG.
I do too, actually.
I would love to leap into that game. The spiritual successor to BioShock.
Yeah.
The only thing is, it's another Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have System Shock 2 on Steam.
There you go. Load it up.
Fucking own it.
Fight Shodan.
Yep.
So yeah, okay. I mean I can get behind Kickstarter as a remaster platform because how else do you gauge interest in those older classic titles?
Mm-hmm.
And the people liable to kickstart would be your first purchasers. So yeah, I think that's a good use of Kickstarter funds as long as they're not misappropriated and ran off with.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, do you, like me, have an old Xbox gamer tag that you couldn't use because of different reasons, like losing a credit card, and that gamer tag has remained dormant, and possibly just sitting there not being used because you know it was your old one? Guess what? They're releasing those old gamer tags that have gone dormant and dead starting May 18th. So if you have an old gamer tag this Wednesday,
Okay.
try to grab it and change over. That's why my username has a random number at the end of it right now on Xbox.
I've only got my one, so. Womp womp.
Can't show the actual list. We can tell you that many of the available gamer tags are in the following categories: proper names, pop culture references, types of food, geography and travel, science and technology, math and numbers, animals, some of the greatest inventions of all time. I feel like that feels like Jeopardy categories.
Yeah. Potables.
Yeah. Took me forever to figure out what the fuck
An
that
album cover.
S words.
S words.
Oh, sweet. So I can change my gamer tag for free. So
cool.
I'm gonna change it back to my original fucking gamer tag.
There you go.
Come this Wednesday for free because I've never changed it.
So does that mean you'll still show up on my Xbox as you were?
I should.
Okay.
It should show up under my new username, but it shouldn't change. It's still my Xbox account.
Gotcha.
So all my friends list and everything should come over. We'll figure it out.
We'll find out.
This could be great or horrible.
Yeah.
As many things are. Last bit of news came in early this morning. There was a new interview with Nintendo's director Kimishima regarding the company's future. Let's see here. Let me pull some more important bullets away from it. Okay, so he had mentioned they want to. So they're talking about restructuring their finances. And talking about selling their stake in the Seattle Mariners, which they have done. They no longer own the Seattle Mariners. The city owns them once again. And they're asking, is that a way for you just to make money? Or what are you trying to do there? And he says, we aren't looking to make money simply by directly licensing our characters, but we must invest heavily in new areas such as film production going forward. When we finalize that sale, we'd like to use part of the proceeds in those areas. So they're looking to leverage more film, more video content. They said they're talking with a number of partners, but they'll be able to finalize something in the not too distant future. And they actually ask, and I give them total props here. In the past, there was a live-action Super Mario Brothers movie, correct? And he says, quote, that live-action film didn't do particularly well at the box office. From now on, we'd like to do things ourselves more than just license something.
Yeah.
So they're talking about... Someone asked, does that mean another live-action film? He says, we've already tried that, so perhaps not this time. So they're talking about working with 3D animation companies. They do mention Disney and Pixar, but he says they'd like to do something like them, but they'll keep them in mind if it becomes a reality that they can work with Disney and Pixar.
That would be a very interesting... Because I always feel like with Disney, like it's been like always from a mascot perspective, it always seems like Mario surpassed Mickey by a lot. So I feel like in a sense there's like a little bit of a competition there. So
at one point, yeah.
Yeah. So it's interesting that they're considering Disney.
Yeah. Or that Disney would consider them.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? That'd be so weird. But wait till we get down to the nitty-gritty because it gets weirder.
Okay.
So they're asking about, will you be announcing any production? He's like, we'd like to make use of any income from this year, but I can't say we're pushing it to something like 5 years out. I'd like something to happen before then. Like, well, would you do movies for like Mario and Zelda? He says, we'd like to use our IPs that are really quite popular, but I can't exactly say we're doing Mario. All I can say is that we'll make something everyone can enjoy. And the interviewer says, if we're talking movies, it seems like Zelda series would be a good fit, seeing how popular it is overseas. Put it that way, of course we understand that it's something there's a strong demand for. So you're saying there's many people who want a Zelda movie. That's right. Well, sure.
Look at the video that IGN pumped out like almost a decade ago. That was a trailer that they did on April Fools that fucking everyone thought was a real thing.
Yeah.
And it was so fucking well done, and everyone was like, holy shit.
It was well done until Ganondorf's makeup.
Right.
Then it was garbage. So then
still believable, though.
It was totally believable. They start talking about the smartphone apps and talking about the Animal Crossing game working with the existing 3DS. So it's weird. Like existing hardware. They do call out the 3DS. They're like, of course, we have so many 3DSs. Why wouldn't it interact in some way? Which is strange for me. They talk about monetization. He's trying to figure out what to do with that. And then they start talking about the NX. What are your thoughts on the next generation console NX? It's something very new. The hardware, the software lineup, it's all of it is something I'd like to play for the first time myself. Which is a strange comment to make when you're the president of this company.
Yeah. I don't want to touch this console until it's released. What?
Until it's ready. And then they ask, why March of 2017? By releasing in March 2017, you're missing end-of-year sales. Isn't that a bit late? And I love his answer. It's for the purposes of our game development schedule. When people finish the launch titles, they want things to buy in spring, on summer break, at Christmas. As such, it's not simply a question of when the hardware is ready. Rather, we need to ensure our software lineup is also in a good place.
Yes.
Yay.
Fuck
to
yes.
Which
they definitely learned that with Wii U.
Yeah. Oh,
This is why I love this interviewer. Is that in response to the criticisms that the Wii U stalled out due to lack of games?
Yeah.
That was indeed a learning experience for us. However, it is also true that we were struggling with the exchange rate at the time. So he doesn't fully shoulder the burden.
Yeah.
And, oh god, and then they even ask, so given that the NX would be released in March, won't that cause people to stop buying consoles this year? Our business is a lively one. Of course, if you compare the Wii U to the Wii, and this is where it gets super weird, you understand that situation. When the NX is released, the Wii U business will be slow, but the 3DS has Pokemon coming this autumn, and that's a big hit, that I can't imagine the NX will have a negative impact on the 3DS. What?
But,
yeah.
So what does that have to do with the... Okay.
The interviewer also sounds confused. It says, it seems to me more that the NX will have an effect on the Wii U due to the fact that they'll both be consoles.
Yeah.
He says, I suppose it can be seen that way. However, the NX is neither the successor to the Wii U nor to the 3DS. It's a new way of playing games, which I think will have a larger impact than the Wii U, but I don't feel it's a pure replacement for the Wii U. So, of course, he's going to say it's not a replacement for an existing console.
It's you pretty much have to say that.
But he's specifically saying he's comparing it to the 3DS at the same time. So
yeah,
what the fuck is this?
Is it gonna have a 3DS built into it? Like what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
And then the very last question is about pricing. I'm very curious about the price. Nintendo has a history of value-focused consoles. It is true that there's a certain expectation for the price of Nintendo consoles. Our developers put a lot into them, but we cannot sell at a loss. The final price is determined by balancing these two conflicting ideas. I don't believe it's as simple as, because this is a new platform, we can make it more expensive.
Yeah.
So who knows? But what the fuck is happening in Nintendo? They're making movies, they're making TV shows, and they're making fucking, I don't know what. What is happening?
Whatever, man. I'm just gonna keep playing my games. Fucking, that's okay.
Yeah.
Let Nintendo
It's the only
figure it
thing
out.
we can do.
I'll let Nintendo figure out whatever the hell they need to figure out.
Like, the fact that they're like, oh, won't that stop people from buying consoles? And then immediately, oh, Pokemon's coming. That'll be fine on the 3DS. This isn't going to compete with the 3DS. No one said the 3... What?
Yeah.
Why would it compete with the 3DS, man? Like, what the fuck?
Man.
But maybe just misinterpreted the question. I don't know. Like,
yeah, that might have been.
I don't think he did.
I think I don't know, because I think he just means what he might have taken it as is within what Nintendo's highest selling platform is, instead of like being in competition with that, instead of just like what happened to the Wii U.
Right.
Just thinking it from a pure console perspective, I think he took it as an overall sale. What's making the
Nintendo's
most sales.
business.
Yeah. What's making the most sales, which is obviously the 3DS.
Right.
That's how I could see how maybe he might have interpreted it, but that's still like way off topic. Like,
yeah.
But we still don't know what the NX is, so it could have been right on topic, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Again, the 3DS is over 5 years old at this point.
Right.
It's real long in the tooth for a handheld. It's a fucking great handheld.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, what is going on
So,
at Nintendo?
is he maybe saying the NX is a handheld?
That would be weird, though, because they had the new 3DS.
Yeah, it
XL.
would be. I mean...
But the new 3DS XL was kind of like a quarter step. It wasn't even a brand new system.
Right.
It's kind of like the iPhone 4S.
Right.
It's not the 5, it's the 4S.
Or maybe he's just trying to throw everyone for a loop.
My guess is it's probably a multi-unit thing. It's probably that weird hybrid concept that everyone is thinking that it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because of all the steps they've made in the past few years of unifying both hardware sides and doing all this shit.
Yeah.
And the current rumor is that it could be an ARM architecture instead of an x86, which would make it more leverageable for mobile development.
Mm-hmm.
So who fucking knows? We don't know. Nintendo's crazy. We probably won't know anything until late September, late August. September timeframe, whenever we have the Tokyo Game Show. Because that's the last big trade show of the year. It puts it about 6 months away from March. That's probably where Nintendo's going to blow out because it's in Tokyo.
Yeah.
And they are a Kyoto-based Japanese company, which is the most traditional as it is. This guy, this Kimishima, this new director, seems a lot more traditional than Iwata was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He seems a lot less willing to reach out. And I mean, hell, look at how they're handling E3 this year. It's clear they don't give a shit about Western messaging right now.
No.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know, because I guess in a month all we will know is a whole bunch about Zelda.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess now is a good time to get caught up on any Nintendo games that you haven't played over the past lifespan of the Wii U, because they've got nothing coming out.
I got a couple. Still sitting around, and probably will sit around for the next 3 months.
You know how I've been asking for the games industry just to take a year off? Nintendo listened.
Yeah, right.
Like, everyone just stop for a year, let me get caught up on shit.
Yeah.
Nintendo's like, okay. Gosh. That's all I had for news. Did anyone else have news?
I read that recently the Dark Souls board game has reached $4 million.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe it ended today, if not tomorrow morning. Yeah, fucking 4. I think when I checked, it was like 4.1, where it was left off last time I checked, anyway, for that fucking board game.
Let me take a look. It is finished.
Yep.
They pledged 3.7 million British pounds.
Yeah.
Which, if we convert to dollars at the current exchange rate, is 5.4 million.
There you go.
Yep. But you know, there's a reason for that. When you look at the pledge levels, the minimum pledge level was £75, which was the price of the game.
Yeah.
So
Which
they're
was sold
not
out pretty fucking quick.
Actually, no, there were 2 left at the time that it ended.
Oh.
Which makes no cocking sense.
Because every time I've checked, it's always said sold out, and then the next one that was available was 80 pounds.
Yeah, which is the same thing, just the other one's £5 cheaper.
Okay.
And then, yeah, it only had 3 funding levels, 75, 80, and then 200. 200 is for retail stores. You got 6 copies to sell.
Damn.
So it's like, okay. Oh, wait. Yeah, no. So they break down what you get at the $80 level.
Yeah.
So it's
Well, as it should, because it is a Kickstarter after all.
Well, yeah, but you're paying for the final product. It's not just paying to get it made.
Yeah.
Because they knew that it would go. Oh, you can late pledge.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. You're gonna go do that right now?
No. I don't have $100 to just suddenly drop for a goddamn Dark Souls board game as much as I want.
Yeah.
I will wait until I see it somewhere.
80 British pounds is $115 and 91 cents.
Yeah.
Damn. So there you go.
Expensive game.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
So yeah. Well, that's just as pricey as the StarCraft board game, which, as we all know, is well worth every fucking penny.
That's true, because it has all the models and figures.
So good. And well, that one's actually more if you buy Brood War.
Oh God.
That's $60 on top of the initial 100.
Damn, man.
But that game is so much better with Brood War. God, the StarCraft tabletop game is so good.
As Brood War actually is the actual game, the video game.
Yeah, I mean, why would you ever play StarCraft 1 and not play Brood War?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Medics. Why would you play without medics?
I'm trying to remember what Protoss units they added. Oh, those fucking flyers that have an infinite range. Yeah. Templars. Not Templars. Shit.
Yeah. I can't remember. It's been a long while since I've actually
disruption fields and shit. Yeah.
Okay.
Protoss got more tech, really.
Yeah,
they only got like 1 or 2 units, but they got so many more abilities.
Right.
Brood was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Emails?
Mm-hmm.
utterlygeek@gmail.com. That's utterlyg33k@gmail.com. Almost got it.
Almost had it this week.
Almost had it. One of these weeks I will get it.
One of them.
utterlyg33k@gmail.com. utterlygeek@gmail.com. Email them there. We do have one.
Ooh.
We have a 3-part question. What is your favorite Overwatch character to play? We'll start with that one. I really like Bastion. I really like Tureborn. And I really like Lucio. Like those are my top 3. If I can't figure out what we need to do, I'll just go Lucio.
Yeah.
And keep boosting people.
Okay. I would say my top 3 is Mercy, Tracer, and I'm. It's a tie between Roadhog and Reinhardt because I fucking love those two.
Fucking just team of Roadhogs is the best dumb thing you can ever do.
Yeah. My top 3 are Widowmaker, Tracer, and Reinhardt.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah, you played a lot of Black Widow when we had the beta.
Yeah, I played a lot of her.
You love them point and click adventures.
Yeah. Yeah.
She plays so much like Sniper from TF2 though.
Oh yeah, totally.
She's so good. She's so good. I'd like to figure out Hanzo.
Yeah.
My problem with Hanzo is I feel like I need a jar of piss at the same time, but I don't have my piss jar.
Yeah.
Oh man. Second question: Hearthstone deck. Favorite Hearthstone deck.
So that probably more directed at me.
As
we were talking about Hearthstone last week.
Yeah, well, we all kind of play it.
Yeah.
Oh, are they talking about like
an actual build or like what hero? I'm gonna go with hero because I only know I've got one hero that I like playing as, and that would be the priest. Just because I love doing. Just
fuck you. No, fuck your face.
I love doing the heal draws. The heal draws are so good.
I like a good druid deck. I like my Treants. I like my druid deck. Plus, you get armor and attack. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like an aggro shaman.
Nice.
I like to fucking put a ton of totems out And then especially there's a new ability called Evolve. It's pretty fucking cool. It just it costs 1, and it turns all your creatures into a level higher, a random level higher.
So either +1 attack, +1 health?
No. So what it does is it turns you into a random creature that costs 1 more than that creature. So it turns all of your creatures on the board into creatures that cost 1 more.
Oh, shit.
So wait,
So it's just really fucking cool because you get out there and you throw all these totems out and then you evolve them and now they become 2-cost creatures.
What's that cost?
It costs 1 mana and it turns all your creatures into that.
Shit.
And then they have a creature that does it too. So it's a 4/5 and it pops out and it ups it. Yeah. So it's a fun fucking deck to use.
Couple that with the Druid's Treants, you get 4 Treants out there, and then you pop them like that. Oh my god, the synergies.
Yeah.
Unless it's just specifically for Shaman.
Just specifically to Shaman.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Well,
it would be awesome if it was for like, yeah.
I figured that's what it's
specifically
for.
because of totems, just releasing all these fucking totems out and then being able to evolve them into 2-cost creatures.
Man, that's nice.
Yeah, it's those are I've been using those decks like crazy. It's super fun.
Nice.
And last question in the one email is, what is your favorite indie game of 2016 so far?
Ooh, indie game.
Well, that calls into question, what do you define as an indie game?
I know mine.
Yeah, I know mine too, actually.
Mine's Firewatch.
Oh.
I bought it. I have not yet played it. I really need to play it.
I haven't played a ton of indie games so far this year, though, so
yeah,
that's probably like I don't really even know. Besides that, what I've really played that has been an indie game. I mean, Grim Dawn, but I think that came out last year.
That was last year, I think.
I think they just like remastered it or something.
Armello was last year. Stanley Parable was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead, Wally. You go through yours. I'll figure mine out.
I'll tell you my choice. It's the most innovative shooter of all time.
The most innovative shooter I've played in years.
Yes. The most innovative shooter I've played in years. Super Hot is my choice so far.
Super Hot's a good choice.
The Witness is fucking great too.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah, Witness, hands down. I haven't finished it, but yeah, Witness. Oh my god, Witness. I forgot about Witness. Yeah,
what was it again, Darren?
Witness
me. Witness me. Once I finish Witness, I'm gonna hold off because I haven't finished it yet, but I probably would rate that higher than Firewatch. Just as far as what it does as a game, like, because Firewatch is really simple and it's just like a 2.5-hour story. So
yeah, I just want to
fucking an amazing story. So,
whereas the Witness will melt your brain out of your ears.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you. That comes us from Silvana Run. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Woo! Thank you for our third email. Awesome. Yay!
Yes. You rock.
And I see there is one question in chat.
Yes, there is. I'm going to interpret it in 2 ways.
No,
really just the one, but I will read it.
Read it literally, word for word, because it's pretty amazing.
Okay, so we have Meat-Faced Donger, which is appropriate for the question. Meat-Faced Donger says, is it wrong for a game to give one a boner? I play Far Cry Part 3. They're nice boobs.
THRE.
Yeah. They provoke boner. I kind of don't want this while I play game. Now, I know what he means. I know exactly what he's talking about.
I get the question. I get the concern.
Yeah.
One, I'm sorry. I am sorry that you have boners while playing Far Cry 3. If the question is, personally, have I? No. I would say metaphorically, yes.
Oh, I have. I've popped many a boner while playing games.
Mm-hmm. Most recently, I would say Overwatch definitely would probably be the most game that I was screaming a lot and yelling and lie.
No. I mean, like, he's getting into eroticism within games.
Okay.
So I haven't popped a boner.
In Far Cry 3?
Yeah.
In Far Cry 3, there's a couple of cutscenes where there's the native woman who's topless.
Yeah, her boobies. Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the peak audience moments of E3 that year. I think IGN had an audience meter where you could thumbs up or thumbs down.
Yeah, boobies!
Well, oh god, it's hilarious because the Ubisoft conference is like thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down, and then when there's tits on screen, thumbs up, and then it goes down again.
Yeah. Awesome.
But, like, yeah, I mean, I haven't popped a boner playing a video game since, like, fucking middle school.
Yeah.
When you just random boners are just popping up all over the place.
Well, yeah, I mean, a gust of wind would cause it.
Yeah.
But, like, I think Far Cry is it's gratuitous, yes, but it isn't overly erotic, I didn't think. What's disgusting is, like, fucking, what's her name? From Metal Gear Solid 5. God damn it, I forget her name right now.
Oh, Quiet.
Yes. That is a disturbing level of eroticism. That is unnecessary.
Yeah.
But tasteful eroticism, a la The Witcher 3, is good. And again, a lot of this depends on the player. Yeah. This depends on your age, and this depends on why you play games.
Yeah.
If you're playing games for that reason, there are other games for you to play.
Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball!
Yes!
If you want to pay money for games, yeah, sure. If you don't, you go to 4chan, you look at the dark hole of the cesspit that is the internet there, and you'll find plenty of free stuff that may or may not be quality animated, but...
Witcher does it good, but if you want to be a dirty person, I mean, you can like just you can try to fuck everything that moves, like if you want, you know, if you really want to. But
sure,
it is tastefully done, and we are adult human beings who like sex, but I don't pop a boner over cartoon characters. Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
I try to have sex with everybody, so because I want to see it's a fucking game. Yeah, I want to see fucking in my game, but it doesn't like turn me on. It just makes me happy that it's in my game. Like, yeah, they're fucking. I can get behind that.
And then get behind that.
Oh yeah, double entendre.
Shake that booty, Carol.
Yeah,
more boners.
But like that's what it gets down to. You can get to a level where you could do a AAA erotic game. It would never actually happen. It would never get published unless it was someone like fucking Hustler or Playboy publishing it, and then they would have to sell it themselves because no retail outlet will be selling an adults-only game.
Yeah.
But there's a tasteful level for it, and it comes down to you. I'm sorry that you have those feelings that you don't want a boner while you're playing Far Cry 3. If you want to keep playing Far Cry 3, either skip those scenes if you can.
Yeah.
Or...
good luck.
Or just fucking
in and
or you know, take care of it. Take care of it, man. I don't know.
If you're in a room alone and fucking cartoon boobies are turning you on, you probably should just take care of the boner.
Yep. I agree with that.
I mean, if someone's watching you, I mean, unless that's what they get down on, like.
Yeah,
if you're okay with it, yeah, exactly.
I hope we're not talking to like some 12-year-old.
So that's what I'm kind of getting at. And if you're 12 years old and playing Far Cry 3,
why are you playing Far Cry 3 if you're 12 years old?
Your parents fucking suck.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they're awesome. Either or.
Or yeah, well, I mean,
it's a
when
combination.
I was 12, I was playing Duke Nukem.
Yeah, same here.
And there was boobies in that.
There were definitely boobies in that, and my parents asked me about them. They're like, "Are there breasts in that?" I'm like, "Yeah," and I show them to them. My dad's like,
"What the fuck are those?"
It's like, try not to do that. Like, okay.
Do less of that now.
Yeah. Yeah, don't. Just try to ignore those. Like, okay, sure.
All right.
And then I didn't.
Yep. Oh, of course not.
I stared at them for hours.
But I guess, yeah, it comes down to play something appropriate for yourself, and only you know what that is.
Yeah.
And if you run into a scene that you don't enjoy or you find inappropriate, skip it and maybe just stop playing that game, because that's
the option.
That's art, and art is going to do what art does. So,
Awesome.
okie
Last
dokie.
question. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Meat Dongler.
Thank you, meat-faced donger.
Meat-faced Donger. Okay.
Meat-faced Donger.
That's
the best Donger.
That's a pretty fantastic name. I gotta give him.
It is great.
Raise your dongers. Good job. Yeah, I think that's about gonna wrap us up.
Yeah.
I have to go masturbate now.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. I'm gonna turn Far Cry 3 on and find the boobies and fucking handle it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go play Uncharted 4 and I'll get a raging boner out of just playing it. So I mean, there we go.
Hey, listen, everyone's got their thing.
Yep. We don't discriminate on this show.
No, we don't. Hey, whatever. If it's native girl boobs, that's great. If it's native guy dong, that's great too. If it's a giant mech suit, hey, go for it.
Awesome.
If it's a little tiny robot, go for it. Don't hurt anyone.
Yeah, just don't hurt anybody.
Great. Well, thanks for joining us. I think we're gonna kill this before this continues.
Yes.
Yep.
No, let's keep it going.
No, fuck you.
Oh, God. Penis.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, penises.